I thought our guys played a terrific game today. Got out to a great start, great energy to start the game, and we knew Bryant would continue to fight back and make plays and stay with their plan. I thought in the second half of the game, I thought we did an excellent job defensively. I think they scored 5 points in the last 7.5 minutes of the game, and I think that was the real key. Our energy and intensity picked up defensively, and that kind of, for the first time maybe all year, fed our offense. And it was great to see, and I thought the guys really, really played well together and stayed together in the second half after they took the lead from us.
Coach, how important was that performance you got from the most of your goals?
It was, the most important performance of his career. I mean, it really, and give him credit because when we played them the first time here, and I can understand why you would do it, he was the guy that they didn't guard. He was the guy, that slow Marquis, slow Rodney, slow Lucky, and see if K can make some plays. And I thought the first time that they did it to him, I thought he was a little bit unsure. But today, they did something similar, and he made not only big shots, he made the right decisions, he finished strong, he made free throws, and he was one of the main guys defensively that was really, urgent and alert and active as possible, in that guard position of our zone. And I don't think you can really, the stats obviously jump off the page at you, but there was so much more that he provided for us today. It was incredible.
Coach, teams are really going to try to attack you in that high post. I think today, you gave just in the first half 3 steals, denied the ball well. Is that one of the better performances you've seen your guys do for the denying entry into there?
It was. Yesterday when we were in practice, we, some of our coaches were out there trying to work against the zone, and it was more active than we had seen it in a couple weeks, and they were having a lot of difficulty, and we were actually trying to practice if it did get in there, what would happen. And I had to tell the guys, hey guys, do me a favor, can you let it get in once or twice? Because our coaching staff, not great players, but they were struggling to get the ball into the zone. And there have been points in time this year when we were going through scout different things and situations where our coaches could get the ball into the high post at will. And yesterday there was just a different air about it, and obviously it translated into the game today.
You all came into this game just knowing that the Bryant's not a particularly deep team, only go about 7 or they only go about 7 or 8 deep, and they were coming off of a double overtime game. Was that part of your all's so that kind of strategy going into it, that you could kind of wear this team down just this point? It's kind of natural that they didn't feel like might get older down here.
Well, we really only played about 7 as well, but we did talk about it. Some of those guys have logged a lot of minutes. I think going into this game, Diami Starks only didn't play in 66 minutes all season. And we tried to say to our guys yesterday, he's almost played 6 more games than our leading minute player. And so coming down the stretch, we thought if we could be intense, we thought if we could, run them off the three-point line, make them extend possessions, that it might work in our favor. And I think, I don't know what Starks was shooting about midway through the half, but he hadn't missed very many. And, to finish 7 for 16 and 5 for 11 from 3, some of those misses came late in the game. And so if it was a little bit of tired legs or, just wearing down, then thank goodness. But, we thought towards the end of the game we might be able to, hopefully just have more intensity and maybe they'd start coming up a little bit short.
Did that run in the second half, I think it ended up being some like 11 unanswered points from just how much time was left, only about 5 or 6 minutes. Did that feel like kind of a knockout blow?
No, because there was still 5 or 6 minutes left. I don't think, probably not until it got under about 2 minutes did we feel like, we really had the game when they let K kind of, dribble out a lot of time there on the shot clock. But when there was 5.5, 6 minutes left, we knew that there was a lot more basketball to play. And even the under 4-minute timeout, a couple of guys, said, we got to milk this clock. And I said, no, we got to keep playing. It was still maybe too soon to just all of a sudden just stall ball it and try and hope the clock would run out. We had to stay urgent. We had to keep playing. We had to finish the game the right way.
Seems like every time you guys got a big play, it seemed like the momentum shift and Starks would hit a 3. What do you think the way your team was finished till the end and played?
I was very proud of that, to be honest with you. In the first half, we built a lead, and then all of a sudden it felt like as they came back, we got a little bit on edge, you know, and there was some, you know, bad body language. There were some sad faces, and we walked in at halftime and we said, okay, on the count of 3, everyone take a deep breath. This is the semifinal conference tournament basketball game. We're up 5 at the half. Like, you think you're just going to be able to walk out there and just roll somebody? It doesn't work that way. And so even as the second half continued on and they fought back and they took the lead, nobody on our side blinked. Everyone just continued to play and do what they were supposed to do, and that's what we talked about at halftime. That's what we talked about the entire second half, and that's what our guys did. And so I was very proud of the way that they continued to stay with our plan and actually increase the intensity, increase their urgency, and pull out the win.
Andy, can you go back to the weekend when you played them up there? From then to now, it seems like there's a different feel about this team.
Well, I think there's definitely some increased urgency. You know, I think that's, you know, pretty obvious, you know, from the way that we've, you know, worked. I think we've shared the ball really well in the last 2.5, 3 weeks. I think that's important for us. And I think a lot of those little plays that occur during the course of a game that make the difference between winning and losing, I think our guys understand how important they are. You know, you look at the block Rodney Pryor had on Dan Garvin. Maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe he stops and lets Dan Garvin dunk that ball. All of a sudden, you know, he comes out of nowhere to block it, and it almost is like a 4 or 5 point swing. You know, momentum changes. You know, the defensive pressure that we had on Starks at the end of the game was, you know, better than I've seen in a long time. And so I think maybe guys are starting to understand that if you give your best effort, if you follow, you know, our formula and you do it to the best of your ability, you'll have the chance of success. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it certainly seems like guys are thinking that way.
Coach,
For you, you know, you talked about your team's energy levels and consistency. When the team did come out and get off to that hot start, just how encouraging was that for you?
It was great. You know, you always want to see that. And, you know, I've been in conference tournament games where, you know, it starts the other way. And then it's really hard. You know, you're really swimming upstream. And so it was nice that we got off to a good start. We made some shots. We moved the ball. And I thought we got a little bit stagnant offensively towards the middle end of the second half, or the first half, I'm sorry. But yeah, the quick start was, I think, vital to just our overall, you know, mindset.
Coach, going into Tuesday's game, regardless of who you play, you're not the only guys who have played in an NFC Championship game. How much do you value that type of experience going into the preparation for this week and into Tuesday?
I don't know. We've guys that have played in a couple and hasn't necessarily worked in our favor yet. So maybe this will be the year that it does.
Well, what about this team do kind of makes the difference from this year in years past? You know, and what kind of applies best if you think you have for this over and get rid of the tournament?
There's a lot of things that make this team different about some of our teams in the past. They're a different group of guys, you know, and I think, you know, so far in our 2 tournament games, I think some of our new guys have handled situations well. You know, whether it's Rodney or Marquise or Elijah Minnie, you know, those 3 guys have played excellently. You know, Kayvon Stewart obviously was terrific today, but I thought, you know, had a huge impact in the game on Thursday night and in more extended minutes. And so, you know, maybe some of the new blood that's a part of the team this year has a different kind of outlook and mindset. But it's got to be, you know, 2 great days of preparation regardless of opponent, and it's got to be, you know, maximum effort and energy when we step on the floor on Tuesday.
Any other questions?